What's good, YouTube? It's your boy the Real Quinn Jr. and I'm back with another video on Naruto the Boruto Shinobi Striker. Today, as you know, Season 5 was announced. So today, I'm going to be going through my predictions for Season 5. So if this is something that you think you might be interested in, stay tuned because I got some pretty different, predictions than what other people might be having. And if you've been here before and you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn the bell notification so you can know whenever I post new videos. And you're right, we got the face cam on today. So let me know in the comments how you feel about this. If you want to see more videos with the face cam, I can get it done. I had to get the setup right. It's still not good and it won't be good for some months, but I don't mind showing this face to y'all if y'all want to see it. But let's go ahead and hop into this video.
That was the best you can do, Austin. 息がくせえ。
So, when we get into the actual predictions for Season 5, when you watch the trailer, they're talking about some new things with renovations and stuff like that, and I'm not going to get into that. I'm mainly getting into the characters that we're going to be getting, because we're getting 5 characters for the Season Pass, and we're just going to go ahead and knock out the obvious one already. We already know that 6 Paths Madara is coming to the game, and some people aren't too happy that he's a healer, but I feel like, 6 Paths Naruto was also a healer, and you have to realize that, a lot of the things with the 6 Path boost, it was, a lot of, power boost, but it was also just the durability and the fact that, it wasn't easy to kill Obito or Madara when they both got these power-ups from the 6 Path whenever they were like, Jubito and stuff like that. So I can understand the healer. So when you actually look at the breakdown, some of the jutsus that they have, we're pretty sure we're going to get a limbo, we're going to get something with some type of purple lightning type move, and then we're also going to get the Infinite Tsukuyomi. And I'm pretty excited for the Infinite Tsukuyomi. I'm kind of curious how they're going to do it, if it's going to be something similar to Koto. I think it'd be really good if they made it where there was some type of negative status alignment that sticks with other CACs once they get out of the cocoon. So maybe like a great defense reduction or something like that. But I'm pretty excited for 6 Path Madara. Even though he's going to be a healer, I mean, honestly, anything else he probably would have been too OP, so I'm actually okay with him being a healer. So, when we get into my second prediction, and this is when we actually get into the predictions, because the first one was obvious because, Bandai beat me to the punch. I tried to get this video out before they started releasing characters, but a lot of people have been stuck on the theme of legacy, but one thing that I don't feel like people caught was the thing at the bottom where it says you can inherit the Will of Fire. And when I saw the Will of Fire, it made me think they wouldn't say that for no reason. With the last Season Pass, it was Regeneration, Rebirth, Revival, and all these characters fit this mold. So I feel like the Will of Fire means something, and the Will of Fire only really applies to people from the Hidden Leaf Village or people from, the Land of Fire. The Will of Fire is something that was generated by Hashirama and Ashura. It's been passed down, the will of the Hidden Leaf. And that basically means I feel like this is going to count out characters from the Kara and stuff like that, because these people don't show the Will of Fire. Madara inherited the Will of Fire in his own way. He had the same goal that Hashirama really had, but he tried to achieve it in another way. He wanted peace. In a way, he was kind of carrying on the Will of Fire. So, we're keeping with the term of the Will of Fire. My second prediction, who else inherited the Will of Fire better than Konohamaru, being the grandson of Hiruzen? So, with Konohamaru, he'd more than likely be a range type. Now, as far as the jutsus that he can bring, I'm not 100% sure, but he could maybe bring us another alteration of a fireball, and he could maybe possibly bring a Rasengan to the range type builds, something like that. And I know you're like, we're tired of Rasengans, but there's probably some cool things that Konohamaru could really bring, and we're talking about Boruto Konohamaru, so not the younger version. This is the Konohamaru we're talking about. So, when we get into our second prediction, which is the third DLC character, and this is not in any order. I know a lot of y'all aren't going to want this. This was a prediction last time, but she has to come. We already have adult Naruto and adult Sasuke, so you know we have to get adult Sakura because she also inherits the Will of Fire. She displays the Will of Fire, and Sakura, I mean, you gotta finish the Team 7 older characters, and Sakura, I feel like this one would be a defense type because older adult Boruto Sakura is a lot more attack heavy. She can still heal, but we already have 2 healer Sakuras, so we're going to need something different this time, and I feel like a defense. While it could be attack, I already have another prediction for an attack, so I don't want to make Sakura the attack. I think Sakura would be a defense, and her jutsus would probably be something similar to the Cherry Blossom Clash, something like that, you know, and she's probably going to have some form of Myotonic Generation, but we also just haven't seen what Sakura has in Boruto, some of her new abilities that she has. So this can really bring some pretty good hand-to-hand combat jutsus to defense types. And also might be able to bring some healing jutsu since you know Sakura is a healer. Our next prediction, if we're talking about legacy and the Will of Fire, we have to bring up Asuma Saratobi. And this is somebody that we definitely could get to the game because they already have his weapons. They already have the Asuma knuckle knives, and bringing the actual character Asuma to the game would, you know, be pretty good. And I'm not saying reanimated version. I'm thinking normal Asuma. And as far as the type that he'd be, I feel like Asuma would be the attack type that we get from these DLCs. And I feel like his jutsus would be the burning ash jutsu, I believe, where he shoots out the smoke and he ignites it with flames. I feel like that's something that he could also have. And then my memory's a little bit vague with all that Asuma did throughout the show, but there's plenty of things that they could do with Asuma. But I definitely feel like his smoke firebomb jutsu would be maybe his ultimate if they brought Asuma to the game. Because, I mean, who else inherits the Will of Fire? I mean, he literally has it on his little sash that he wears on his belt. He is the definition of the Will of Fire, and he passed on his Will of Fire to Shikamaru. And our last prediction for Season 5 is going to be another character that y'all probably aren't going to want, but with legacy and also the theme of the Will of Fire. Because, hey, if y'all gonna attack me in the comments if I'm wrong about this Will of Fire thing, but I don't think it's gonna be anybody outside of the Hidden Leaf or people that don't have the Will of Fire connected to them. So we're going with an updated version of Sarada. We got an updated Boruto. I feel like it would be pretty cool to get an updated Sarada, and she would be a range type because last Sarada was, you know, a healer, and I mean, you saw in the anime Sarada's healing is okay, but she's a range type. So I feel like this would allow them to introduce something different. So we probably don't need another Chidori alteration, but I mean, that would be a pretty good jutsu to have from her. So maybe we could probably have like a lightning style lightning ball because she's learned and she's picked up certain jutsus. So we could definitely get that. We could probably get another Sharingan type of ult, and we could probably get something like an attack type move for a range. So like maybe like some type of Cherry Blossom Clash with range types. So with these predictions, I'm basically predicting since Madara is going to be a healer, I predict we're going to get 1 defense, which is going to be Sakura. We're going to get 2 ranges, which is going to be Sarada and Konohamaru. And we're going to get 1 attack that's going to be Asuma. And this is going to make up the 5 DLC characters that fit the theme of legacy, and also these characters inherited the Will of Fire.
Stop the cap.
But let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about these predictions and if you feel like I'm reaching. Another character that, you know, I'd just throw out there, but this is not part of my predictions, but if she does come, I mean, I'd be pretty excited, but I mean, the possibility is really low, but this character really inherits the Will of Fire also, and it would be Mirai, Asuma and Kurenai's daughter. I mean, we don't see a lot of her in Boruto, but she inherited the Will of Fire from Asuma, and she's watched over by Shikamaru. So, I mean, these are definitely characters that are the Will of Fire, and Shikamaru could very well be an option also, because he also inherits the Will of Fire. And legacy can mean lots of things, like Ino Shikacho, all these things. These all symbolize legacy. So I'm going with this DLC is like, this season's gonna come from characters from the Hidden Leaf, and I believe that it's not going to be anybody from any other village. So people from the Stone, Cloud, Sand. It's going to be people from the Hidden Leaf and people that have inherited the Will of Fire. But let me know in the comments how y'all feel about these predictions. Let me know if you don't agree with me, and let me know how y'all feel about the face cam. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications so you can know whenever I post new videos. And I'ma see y'all next time. We up.